Hey everybody, it is Claudia. So there was a point that was brought out at seminar that I think it's so important for everybody in this room to be aware of. I learned of an individual that signed up a housewife. And he signed up the housewife. She's a very nice housewife. And he just felt like, yay, she likes young living. I like young living. Yay for us, right? He let his account close for whatever reason. I don't know all the logistics. I don't know him personally. But this housewife became a silver, and the housewife signed other people that became silvers and executives. So I want to tell you what it meant for the person that allowed their account to close, because they wouldn't use it at least once a year. Per month, it means he missed out on thousands of dollars. You hearing me? Thousands of dollars per month. How would you feel if you had a friend that sees you have potential, or you have signups that are regularly using Young Living because they love it, because they need it, and your account is about to close because you're like, I can't afford to do $100 a month. Just can't. And this person explodes to be even an executive. An executive means you would be missing out or about around $500 per month. Just so you know. If you joined Young Living and you love the product and you've seen a difference for your family, right? But you can't afford it on a monthly basis. You can't afford it, but you've had signups. Make sure that that account stays open. Make sure that once a month you look at your dashboard, because it might get to the point that your product is free. It's free. And maybe you feel like, well, I can't be bothered. I don't understand the math. So I want to tell you something Sarah Harnish shared with the group, because I think it's so important. Sarah Harnish, of course, loves Young Living. And of course, she's like on the verge of being Crown Diamond right now, okay? When she hit silver, now she was using her account regularly. She at least did $100 per month, right? Because she needed it for her family. It was something that she made financially fit because her family needed it. But long story short, she couldn't work the business. There was a family crisis going on, and she pulled away. She pulled away to take care of her family, which is the right thing to do. Well, what happened is, while the family crisis is going on, her team exploded and it turned her silver, and she got the check in the mail, and she was like, whoops, Young Living made a mistake. So she called Young Living to say, listen, I didn't work my account. These numbers are off, and you paid me for something I didn't do. And of course, she got laughed at on the phone, and the person on the phone was kind enough to hold her hand and explain how all that money belonged to her. So there's some people that are going to be inactive that have members of their team. In other words, they did the sign up, and the signups that they did are using the oils regularly. They're placing an order every single month. And the individual is, of course, leaving money on the table, maybe because they feel, it's not a lot of money. $20, $100, I didn't do the math to figure out the money. But when you have an individual that loves the product and they're a housewife, don't underestimate the power of a housewife. Don't underestimate it, because housewives learn how to cut corners, and they learn how to get their products paid for, especially if there's desperation. If the husband's like, listen, you need to cut it off, we can't afford 100, that housewife is going to plot, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do to make sure that my $100 order is paid for? And the person that they sign up, you don't know, it might explode or they might explode, because there's a love for the product. If they explode into something that would be money in your pocket because you did the signing up, let me tell you, your family would go crazy. What? You left $700 on the table? That individual that let their account close because they signed up a simple housewife, and that simple housewife turned silver. I don't know how fast she turned silver. I know it took me about 4 years to hit silver, right? She hit silver, I hit silver. I have people on my team that are silver. I have people on my team that are executives. For that individual that let that account close, lots of money they missed out on just for not using their account. They don't have to be in sales. They don't have to have parties. They don't have to be like, la, 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 use Young Living. You already have people on your team that are using it with or without you, with or without you. So there's no reason to miss out on your piece of pie. You could stay laying in your hammock, drinking your lemonade, and your check comes once a month. Don't let your account close if you see that Young Living has a positive benefit for your family members. If you have personal positive testimonies that maybe you have forgotten. But if you look at your dashboard and you see, hey, I have 3 people on my team. 3 people. 3 people that are using Young Living products regularly. That means you're entitled to a check. Even if it was 1 person. You don't know what 1 person can become, especially if they love the product. If you have questions on the numbers, if you have questions on how to get a bigger paycheck, please contact me personally. There's a lot of us doing business classes. There's a lot of us breaking down some numbers. But when that was said at seminar about people that let their account close, and guess what? The individual who signed up the housewife, they want their account open again. It's just they're not going to get that happy housewife that is now super duper silver, verge of gold, right? He's not going to get her back. He's going to open up his account and start back at 0, because once his account closes, his team moves up to the person upline that is using their account on a regular basis. If you have questions, contact me. We will chat soon.